Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Another episode of Unpopular Opinions. Akeem, what you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I was just looking at your background. I thought that was Robinho for a second. Jeez.
Bro, he's in pen. I couldn't do it still.
That's what I was about to say. Jeez. But yeah, I'm good, man. What are you saying?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm enjoying life, you get me? Like going for my walks and that. Man, just cheesing. Man's eating my popcorn and that. Ready to get...
Whether that this summer has started of a couple of weeks. That's it. That's the...
Bro, what do you mean, bro? It's going to be like 7 degrees by the end of the week, blood. We only got like two days. I think this is the last day. Yeah, it's the last day in double figures, and then it's going to get peak. I'm not even going to lie, but just been enjoying it. You get me, man? Been chilling. Obviously, big up you lot for all the messages and the comments under the last video as well. Obviously, RIP Claude and that.
Yeah, for real.
You get me? Obviously, you spoke about it yesterday, and you lot been leaving loads of nice messages and that underneath the video. Man, seen that. Do you know what I mean? So big up. Obviously, it'll never be forgotten here, and just in the YouTube space, blood, it'll never be forgotten, bruv. You know them ones. So big up everyone for all the well wishes and all that, man. Obviously, I've been seeing that you, man, I've seen the stats that we're going to talk about today, because loads of people got an opinion on it regarding their team. There was loads of different ones. And yeah, bro.
It's a shame we can't somehow put it up on the screen or something. But yeah. So obviously we're talking about who even done it. Who made it?
I don't know, you know, but hold on. I got it on my phone, and you know what the mad thing is, yeah? It looks like it's the Athletic. Yeah. And there's one asking, obviously, did the clubs think that they spent well on transfers? And there's one saying, happy if the team's manager is in charge this time next year, bruv. And it's a score out of 10. I mean, score out of 100, sorry. It's a mad thing, bro. Like some of the things crazy to me.
What's your opinion when you first looked at it?
When I first looked at it, I saw Everton top, makes sense. Carlo Ancelotti, he's probably the best manager in the history of their whole football club. Obviously, I don't know much about Everton before I was born, but one thing I know is Carlo Ancelotti is one of the best managers to ever manage in football. So with that logic, I'm saying he's the best ever manager in the history of the club, innit? Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, fair enough, innit? He's a regional hero. Champions League, Premier League makes sense. Bielsa leads again. Like, they ain't gonna get a better manager than Bielsa, so makes sense. Man City makes sense. Pep Guardiola's on course for a quadruple, blood. Leicester City, Brendan Rodgers makes sense.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? He's done a great job. Then Burnley, Sean Dyche makes sense because he's been relatively successful with Burnley. And come on, bruv, if he leaves, who they getting in there?
Yeah, I think
Burnley
has learnt from about 4 or 5 years ago. West Brom was in this
the Pulis thing.
Yeah, Pulis, and even after Pulis, I think it was after Pulis, there was a Don Steve Clark, yeah, and he must have finished. I think they finished 7th, they finished just outside of the European places the year before. They maybe 9th or something, whatever. And then the following year they were struggling, like how Burnley has been this season, and then they sacked him. And it was like, I remember West Brom fans being on a few shows with West Brom fans, and they were like upset that, he's not taking us forward. And people were like, what do you expect, where do you expect West Brom to be? And then obviously look what's happened to them since then. So
this is the thing, though. They didn't have realistic expectations of where they were in it. Sometimes man need to let these men know that, you're a little man club, rest yourself, in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what the good thing about Leeds United, even though they're a big club, yeah, in quotation marks, based on their history, in recent history, yeah, like they know that, but they need to establish themselves as a Premier League team. That's what they need to do before they start reminiscing about how Harry Kewell and them man used to be, blood. You know them. Before that, you need to cement yourself, yeah, as a Premier League club again. They'll do that this season. So the satisfaction with Bielsa makes 100% sense. If they weren't satisfied, I'd call them deluded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. Then we go to Chelsea, 89. It's only 89 out of 100 because the other 11 are probably still in their feelings about Lampard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. End of the
Because
day,
it should be 100%.
Yeah, Tuchel's a far better manager. They should be more comfortable and confident with Tuchel than they were ever under Lampard at any point under Lampard. So
That's what I'm saying. So
I think
Brighton,
after that, the list starts to get a bit funny in some points.
no, Brighton and Aston Villa makes sense. Brighton, again, if they lose Potter, where they going, innit? Well, they're a small club, so of course they're going to be happy with Graham Potter.
No, but you know what? Brighton annoyed me, because Brighton, the way they done my guy Chris Hughton before that, and he was doing all right. Like he wasn't doing any worse than what Graham Potter's doing. So
yeah, he wasn't, but the football wasn't the same.
Yeah, but I can see in a year's time if Brighton is still lurking around the relegation zone, they might even get rid of him because they're moving a bit like Watford sometimes with some of their movements. But we'll see. Once they done that to Chris Hughton, I had no more love for Brighton. I don't feel sorry for them. Whatever happens, that's it.
No, I hear you. But
either way, Graham Potter's a good manager, though. He's a good manager. He is good.
Then we look at Aston Villa. Manager's doing a good job. It makes sense. Aston Villa are on 87%.
Yeah.
Makes sense, man. Like they're doing all right, innit? Then you got Arsenal, 87 also. Above Fulham. Fulham.
I think that's mad.
They're joint with Fulham, 87.59.
That is mad.
How can Arsenal fans be as the fact that Arsenal fans are as happy with Arteta as Fulham are with Scott Parker, who's doing a great job at Fulham, by the way, yeah? Just tells you, yeah, that Arsenal fans, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, a lot of them are in the gutter.
Yeah. Is a few people have just said where they can find the list. I just tweeted it just for the purpose of the show, innit? I just put it back on my Twitter. But either way, I feel like the Arsenal thing is a bit. This is the thing, though. How many people were surveyed? That's the question, isn't it? Because
and whereabouts did you survey them?
Exactly. Because how can Arsenal? What part of what Arteta? Look, I get it. People like Arteta, and I think he's going to become a great manager in the future. But for what he's achieved at Arsenal, maybe it must be the cups that of the FA Cup last year. But I feel like this season's been a joke. If any, they really should not even still be in the Europa League. To be honest, they've got lucky about 3 times now in the Europa League, and they're what, mid-table. They're mid-table. They've pretty much been mid-table all season as well. It's not even like a bad run. Most of the season they've been mid-table. How is that something that gives you 87% positivity? I don't get it.
Bro, I don't know, bro. There might be something, yeah. There might be like something in like the fabric of all that Arsenal merchandise they're selling, yeah. That's brainwashing these man because fam, the football's shit to watch.
Yeah.
They're not in a good position.
Yeah.
Bruv, there's nothing wrong with Arsenal, fam. Obviously, I'll be like, cool, the manager needs time or whatever to implement something or whatever. But even so, I wouldn't be that happy. I'd say around 50-50. I'd be like, cool, maybe he needs time, but maybe he's not good enough. I'd be like, do you know what I'm saying? I'd be more on the fence. I wouldn't be Arteta out, but I wouldn't be Arteta in. I'd be like, bruv, I'm just preying it. You know them, man.
Yeah.
That's where I would be right now if I was an Arsenal fan. I wouldn't be Arteta out, but I wouldn't be Arteta in with my chest. I'd just be like, you know what? I'm keeping an eye on him, innit?
Well, it's a simple thing, innit? The truth is, it's like, if you're 87% Arteta in, that means you blame the players for what's happened. It's either one or the other. So if you're blaming the players, it's like, are you saying that there's not been enough reinforcements? Are you saying the team's not good enough? Or are you saying players are underperforming? It's like, I feel like Arteta, do you know what this? But you know the thing is that when there's multiple managers that underperform time and time again, you had Lundberg, and then before that you had Emery, like, it's like they probably think the blame's not on Arteta because look how bad this club has been for so long, innit? Which is fine. But you need a manager to take you to the next level. That's the reason why Everton thought, you know what, we could dance around with all these new managers or managers that have managed mid-table sides, upcoming managers, or we can just get a big boy, a player, a manager's proven, won multiple Champions Leagues, played at the level that we want to get to, and managed at the level that we want to get to. Because remember, he was also at that level as a player as well. So when you break that down, that's a perfect fit, and that's the reason why Everton's on top of the list. But I don't understand the logic with Arsenal even going. If you're going to have a manager that's going to be a young upcoming manager like Arteta, you've got to have the backing of the squad, and you've got to have the ability of the players to carry that through, the leadership of the players to carry it through. And Arsenal don't have neither. So Arteta, I can't see why he's even still at the confidence level of Arsenal fans. It should be more around 70%, 65%.
Yep.
10th in the league.
I'd agree with that.
Listen.
No, I mean, below Fulham, we've got Wolves and West Ham that are on 85 and 83, Southampton on 81. So Wolves, 85, fair enough. I feel like Nuno has taken Wolves to a level where they're a respected Premier League team now. Do you know what I mean? Respected Premier League. There's no danger of them going down. They're stable. He steadied the ship. Do you know what I mean? Has the initial buzz that you had died down, or is it a symptom of the fact that the teams around him have spent more than him? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. You'd have to ask Wolves fans. But from what I remember, I don't remember Wolves going out and spending loads and loads of money on any one single player. And also, when you look the fact that they lost Jota, Jimenez is got a really bad injury, didn't he? Yeah. And
which is arguably their two best players.
Exactly. The team that almost had their attack on their back, and they lost both of them for a long period of time. So I think that the manager's done well with what he usually spends and where they came from. I think that what he's done is very, very commendable. So but to have them, I thought they would have been a bit higher up, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
Honest, there's a few teams that should be higher up, but yeah, they. I think the problem with Wolves is that now fans are probably starting to expect more, so they're probably thinking, "Look, why are we mixing around in the same part of the league as
we always are?" And that,
yeah, where sometimes it's like teams like Wolves, it feels like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, where they were making progress in the Europa League. They made strides in the Europa League. Then they become a mid-table club when they sell or lose their best 2 or 3 players. Yeah. And it's probably like a kind of frustration of why can we not kick on and become a top 7 club? But I feel Wolves need to look into it from a perspective of 4 or 5 years ago, where you were and where you are now. Do you know what I mean? Like you're making progress. It just feels like it's not, because of what happened last season to this season. But the truth is you're making progress in general. Like you said, teams are respecting Wolves now. Do you know what I'm saying? When Wolves first came up, no one was respecting Wolves like that.
That could have been a big part of their perceived success, is because a lot of teams didn't know how to handle them. And now teams respect them more. So because of that, teams set up to kind of play Wolves differently. Like I've seen it with United. When we play Wolves now, we know they're a possession-based team. We know they're going to play with a low block, and you set up accordingly now. Whereas before you didn't, and that's testament to the job that Nuno's done, bro.
And he switched it up nicely, because I know last year, obviously, it was counter-attack central all the time, 100% of the time, and their breaks used to just be like breath. It used to just be mad. Like most teams couldn't even handle it. But what Nuno's also shown is that he can adapt as well and play different ways as well, which is good, because there's plenty of games this season where he's played completely different and surprised the opposition. Obviously, the problem is I think he still has a lot of players that don't have the quality to be a top 7 side overall compared to the other top 6 or top 7 player
They
team.
don't, man for man. When you look at their players, they've got some talented players. Adama Traore is actually trash.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he's one of the worst footballers I've seen, bro. Like honestly, he's literally like a flipping.
Even he managed to get a tune out of him for a couple of games over the last couple of years. I'm surprised.
Man, the Fufu Dan James, blood. I'm telling you, blood. That's what he is, bro. He's just another Dan James. He's massive, bro. You just see him with his greased up arms, yeah, about to throw up another 2 out of 10 every game.
And then he says, and the man said he's never gone gym in his life. That's
flipping on, way. I'm saying. I'm
But,
telling you, the rest of his teammates should be bigger than him because they flipping carry him every week, mate. You know them ones there. That's what it is. He's an absolute scrub.
For real. Like, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Adama Traore, he didn't get into the Spanish squad this time, did he?
I don't know, but I seen him in there before, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Man looking like he was filling quotas and that, bruv. He should be nowhere near that team. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, bruv. Hey, listen, bruv, I'm all for equality and shit, but he's got no business in that Spanish team. You know them ones. They need to just tell him to hold fire, blood. You know them ones.
Honestly, if I was Nuno, I would say, Adama, do your running, do your barging, everything like that, but just pass the ball. Don't try and shoot because your end product is garbage. In fact, don't even try and cross because you can't do that either. He's just basically got to run and do a short pass. That's it. That's what you're using for, innit? That's it. But anyway, next on the list,
West Ham, bruv, it should be a lot higher.
But do you think I feel like the West
83 Ham... out of 100, I reckon it needs to be like 95. What David Moyes is doing there is borderline, yeah? Borderline. Perfect, bro. Imagine if he gets some European football this season, bro. Because honestly, other than deliver a trophy, what more could David Moyes do with that squad?
But you know the problem is here, yeah? Is that he suffers the same fate that... and I'm not comparing it because it's completely different and we're going to come to them in a minute, innit? But Steve Bruce at Newcastle, the minute he walked in, he was hated. No one liked him because of, maybe it's because they didn't respect him from what he done at other clubs.
No, but also remember it's his second time there. But
yeah, but Moyes,
changed it.
That's the problem, innit? I feel Moyes has to do like 20% more to get the fans on side. And it's like, I know if Moyes loses probably 3 games in a row, instantly West Ham fans will probably be like, get him out. I knew he wasn't good enough. It's like West Ham fans are probably waiting for him to slip up in it. And I feel like he's having a hard time. It's not fair because the truth is they should be singing his name because what he's done at that club, how he stabilized the club and made... Do you know how many, over the last 5 or 6 years, West Ham brought in so many meaty players, yeah?
And also people forget that West Ham, have been a yo-yo club, bro.
Yeah, they're not just that, bro. They're players as well. They've brought in so many players that are like even average in Europe, bro. And they Premier League, and then they for over the odds. The amount of players that they've bought for over the asking price, yeah, and then they do nothing. And what Moyes has managed to do is stabilize that club and make these players actually play good football. And he's obviously managed to get players like Jesse Lingard to play back with his confidence at his best. Do you know what I'm saying? I rate it.
100%. Bro, what he's done with Lingard, and I watched Lingard's interview with Josh, innit? Denzel, and he was talking about how Mark Noble has helped him settle in and he thought he should have been playing at United. Do you know what I mean? And obviously put in the extra work to make sure that he was physically ready to play at the club. And I always said that Jesse Lingard should be playing for Man United, and I got a lot of stick for it. And you know what? It's funny now, isn't it? He's just back in the England squad. He's got more goal contributions against the top 6 than Manchester United as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing, bro. And credit to Jay Lings, man. And David Moyes deserves a lot of credit for seeing something in him, giving him a chance, and also giving him the freedom to play the way he knows he can play, bro.
Yeah. Is a perfect fit for Jesse because he is a London club. It's an established, you'd say, it's an established Premier League club now.
Yeah.
And and he obviously he knows Moyes. He's had a history of he knows Moyes from a perspective of I don't think he was actually there at the point of when Moyes was at United. He was on loan or something. But either way, the relationship was there. He probably knew I can go there, play full time, play every single game. Not play 12 minutes or 8 minutes here and there in a Europa League game or in a League Cup game. I'm going to play week in, week out. Perfect fit for him. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, you know what? I'm happy that for what it's worth, the England squad now not just being picked just because you play for a big club. Do you know what I'm saying? So now it is like actually who is performing, regardless if you play for Fulham, if you play for West Ham. It doesn't matter.
It's good to see Calvin Phillips in there. It's good to see Jude Bellingham in there. Players like that, even Connor Cody, even though I laughed that he had the armband, it's good to see that he's getting an opportunity. Players like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Players like that, bro. Like I think that David Moyes is doing a brilliant job. Do you know what I mean? Super happy for Jesse as well. And like he said as well, he's like, bro, I'm in London now. He lives in the blocks in Stratty, and he can just go and walk down the road, get a coffee and do all these things and just live normal life, bro. Like London's massive. You know them ones, not like Manny.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? So like everything, like mentally, he's just in a better place, innit? And I think it was a great move for him. So I think West Ham should be a lot higher up. Next, you have Southampton at 81 and Manchester United at 75. So Manchester United are in the lower quarter. So they're in the lower quarter, 75 in Southampton. So yeah, bro, 75 out of 100. You know the funny thing about Manchester United, yeah? With our fan base, we have three types of fans, yeah? We have Ollie out fans like me. You know what I'm saying? We have guys that say they're not Ollie out, but they really are. You know what I'm saying? And then we have deluded fans. You know them ones. And I think a lot of these men that fill out these things, they'll say, "Oh, give Ollie time," yeah. But if you ask them why, they wouldn't be able to give you one answer. The best these men come up with is like, "Oh, when Sir Alex Ferguson first came, he didn't win something straight away."
That nonsense.
You see them kind of them fans there, bruv? I'm hanging up the phone on them if it's a calling. You see them kind of, because them guys, there's no logic behind them sticking with Ollie other than like it's fashionable to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason we're not sacking club. So between Sir Matt Busby and Sir Alex Ferguson, we didn't sack no managers.
Yeah.
Because we kept sacking managers until we won shit.
Yeah.
So what we did.
Yeah.
This myth that we're not a sacking club is a joke.
It is. And that's it. And it's like, it's the same thing with Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Before Wenger, bro, they were sacking, man. It's the same thing. It's like, obviously, the fact is with Man United and this problem, obviously, this number, as soon as I saw it, just like every club, every person who was looking at the list, you look for your own club who you support in it. So I looked for Man United, and I wasn't shocked that it would be near the bottom, but I was shocked that
it was high up as it was.
Because I thought the only team that should be below it is Newcastle.
100.
That's
100.
it. Like, and the funniest thing is that this is what being second causes confusion. You know, sometimes I used to never really understand when people used to say, I'd rather us not make the Europa League, or I'd rather us just finish 15th. Because then it will just be clear what we have to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes situations like this is confusing to people because they think, but we're second. Yeah. We've been second all season.
They talk about unbeaten in this and this, that, and the other. Come up with these fucking pointless stats, bro. This is what they come up with, bro.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it's better to just lose, blood, and firm it. That's why you see under David Moyes, it was one of my worst times as a United fan in terms of we come off the Sir Alex Ferguson gas, and then we were losing every week, and I didn't know how to react to it. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
First time feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching football in the 90s, bruv. So to me, like, Man United losing every week is never a sensation I ever experienced, bro. You know what I mean? So under Moyes, bruv, every week, man, we're losing. And I was like, bruv, I can't go work. Who's going to work, bruv?
Yeah, yeah.
Man would be like, what happened to Man United, bruv? Don't chat to me, bruv.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Bruv,
Yeah.
don't chat to me. You know what I mean? And like it was peak, fam.
Trust me.
The good thing about that time was it made it abundantly clear that he needed to be sacked and we replaced him.
Yeah.
This Ollie thing's worse because we're winning, but we're playing shit. When really we should be losing so they can sack him. But we're not losing.
And what's worse is this been going on for a long time. We could have had this exact conversation a year ago when we were winning, but we weren't playing well. But because we were winning and getting these pens, do you know what I'm saying? Which people started to call us Penchester United, which was banter. But now when you deep it, those penalties have actually made us look so much better.
100%. And before one of you bumper hoes want to try to clip this, I said we should be losing, bruv. Man never said I want us to lose. You know them ones, because I know man like to get trigger happy, blood. clip things and say, yeah, he wants Man United to lose so Ollie can get sacked. No, shut up, bruv. We should be losing, bro. Because on the balance of the games we play, we're not the better team most of the time, but man are still winning, fam.
I'm not gonna lie,
carrying this manager.
Sometimes it feels like, bro, you know them times. Sometimes we come away with the win. I think we beat Brighton earlier this season, for example?
Yeah, penalty after the whistle.
Bro, I felt bad even claiming that W, bro.
Like, I didn't celebrate. The man was like, you're not a real Man United fan. You didn't celebrate. What am I celebrating for, blood? We got a pen at the end after the final whistle. We played shit.
After the final whistle.
Nah, cuz.
After the final whistle.
I felt like we stole them 3 points.
Bro.
We literally stole them. No, bro, like, come on now.
Bro.
We'll be better off losing because then it wouldn't paper over the cracks.
Trust me.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Trust me.
It wouldn't paper over the, bruv. We're better off losing, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because then at least there'll be no debate of where we are. The reason why there's such a divide is, you've got these fans that don't even watch football and they'll be like, yeah, but we're second. They'll just say, yeah, but we're second. And that's it.
That's the thing. And if we finish second this season, that will be what gives Ollie a new contract. Obviously,
because they'll be like, that's our highest finish since Jose Mourinho, and he's done this, and he's got the DNA, and he's got all these things.
And he's got the DNA, all of that.
Nah, he's a pussy, old bruv.
But this is it. This is what causes confusion, and it's like sometimes it needs to be clear, and Chelsea get rid of their manager more often than not. They get rid of their manager when the team is slumped, innit? Like when the team is 7th, 9th, 10th, 15th, because then it just makes it easy. The fan base probably, they get a bit annoyed sometimes or a little bit funny. Like, oh, why do you sack him so early? After a few days, they get over it because they realize that team was 15th. But unfortunately, United ride out those periods. And then when we're second or third, we give new contracts.
Yes, I'm joking. And
it's not, and when I mean new contracts, I'm not just talking about the managers, the players as well. Certain players now will be walking into the offices now and being like, give me a new contract. Bro, this is how we somehow managed to keep hold of Phil Jones and give him a new deal. Because he played 2 good games at one point, a couple of years ago. And it's like, he probably just thought, this is my opportunity to get a new contract. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to keep hold of a lot of players who maybe are not good enough at the height and the peak of the excitement. And then we're just going to go round again. And in 5 years' time, people are going to ask, why are United not like back where Liverpool are or City are? Well, this is the reason. It's simple, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Some joke thing, bro. Like, and man actually looked up the managers, between Sir Matt, Sir Matt and Sir Alex Ferguson, man had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 managers, bro. And Sir Matt managed the club twice, blood. So that's what I'm saying. So man been getting sacked, cuz.
Yeah.
What man telling me? Man been getting sacked,
Exactly.
Like, the second thing ain't new, blood.
But the problem is that the DNA, that DNA factor is the problem, innit? That's what it comes down to, because people have a love with, and this is where mercenary managers, managers who go from, which we're going to come to a couple of them in a minute, but managers like Sam Allardyce or Jose Mourinho, because they are so ruthless with the I don't care, I'll manage anyone, or I only love the club until I leave them. That sort of philosophy.
Yeah.
That sort of mindset. What happens is they are easy to get sacked because fans already are not going to fall in love with them because
they're not emotionally attached to them.
Yeah, because either what they've done to that team in the past when they managed another club, or they just know that this manager doesn't really care. So because of that, they're easy to sack. But the managers like Ollie that say they love United and is a United legend, they're going to be hard to sack because fans have too much of an emotional attachment to them. That's it.
And that's why Tottenham are where they are.
You can't have an emotional manager that hasn't done anything for you. Like Sir Alex Ferguson, fair enough. Like I get that. Even Wenger, I get that. Even though he didn't win, even though he didn't win a league for them for 15 years before he got sacked or before he left, I get the emotional attachment for what he done in the 2000s and the 90s. But bro, you can't have an emotional attachment with someone, legend or not, if they have not won any, if they've not achieved anything for your club as a manager. It don't make no sense.
Facts on facts. So United 75, then there's a big drop to Sheffield United, who are at 50%.
Oh wait, even before you go to that, like, what's a quick one on Southampton? What's your do you think that's fair with Southampton?
The thing is with Southampton, Southampton's a hard club to judge, innit? Because Southampton always have good players, they always have a good manager, then they always lose their good players, and then they have to rebuild, innit?
Yeah,
that's what they do. So because of that,
they've probably birthed some of the best talents in Premier League.
Yeah, but I feel like with Southampton, what they probably need to do is every time they lose a wave of players, they need to replace the manager, because I feel like at Southampton, it just gets stale, like every 2-3 years, because they're, I don't want to say a feeder club to be disrespectful, but that's what they are.
Yeah.
So I feel like they always have to be keeping it fresh. And because of that, I think that no manager is going to want to manage there long term, because it's like, you're just going to lose all your best players, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a say in the matter. But they have been clapped, they've held 9 twice in it under the same manager.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So maybe Southampton fans are looking at this saying, yo, God, we got clarted. Because that 9, bruv, bruv, 9.
But you know what? But then again, what you got to hand it to them is that they've rebounded well from that. Like, I'll be honest, when that first 9-1 or something against Leicester, like I thought this guy is finished. Like, I was never more confident this guy was going to get sacked. But fair play to Southampton, they realized the manager's good, and then kept going. This time it happened again, and it's like, geez, like. I feel like he's just one of the problem is the way they play as well, like, and their squad, I don't know if it's the philosophy of Southampton, but they don't ever seem to have a squad big enough as well. So when they get a couple of injuries or a couple of their players get tired or weary, whatever, they just fall apart, and they could fall apart at any point. Like Southampton's one of them teams that could easily go lose 7 games in a row if their best players are not playing as good as possible, innit? 100%. So that's the thing with Southampton. I would never be confident and comfortable if I was a Southampton fan. But that being said, like, they're comfortably a Premier League club now. Like,
comfortably.
do you know what I mean? And they've got a good manager. I think that manager is going to, if he gets sacked from Southampton, he'll have a good career either way. Like, I think he's going to easily get a job elsewhere in Europe or in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Above, he's a top manager. Like Michael said here, Southampton fan, he said the problem is our owner doesn't want to spend the money and get the players. And see, again, I don't know their finances, and that's why it's good to have fans from all different clubs, because one thing I do know is they make a lot of money from selling players, but when they reinvest it, also from the academy, but also the likes of Tadic, Mane, Virgil, you know what I mean? The list is endless. Do you know what I mean? But they don't spend
people a selling club. That's why people.
But they don't spend big to replace these players. So their scouting network's good. Also, their management recruitment is good. But there's no longevity in that, because that's what I was saying with like a Jurgen Klopp. If Jurgen Klopp was lucky enough that he was able to get the Coutinho money to build something, but now that Coutinho money's not there, if they don't back Jurgen Klopp, yeah, there's only so far he can take this Liverpool team now.
Yeah.
Now they've peaked. If he's not going to go out and spend another 90, 100 million in the window, he's not going to be able to compete with Chelsea and Man City next season.
It's true.
He won't.
I completely agree.
So yeah, big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button. You already know what it is. So that's Southampton. And now, Sheffield United. I don't know if they've replaced their manager.
Yeah, so well, even more than that, yeah, is what's your thoughts on Wilder? Like, do you think it was like what was your opinion of that?
He died by the sword, innit? Man like Brexit Wilder and that. Just wanted to sign all these Brexit ballers, never wanted to sign no foreign players and that. Man wasted 20 odd million on a Ryan Brewster that had never played in the Premier when you could have got Premier League proven players and that to come in and do a job.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
That make no sense.
I feel like that's the weird thing about it. It's like a Brewster. Yeah. Do you know what? I feel
they didn't spend well, bro. Now, when you have one good season, you have to spend well, bro.
Yeah.
Like second season syndrome didn't get plucked out of fresh air, bro. Like it's a real thing. Just like we were saying about Wolves, teams start to respect you. Teams start to set up differently to deal with you. You have to adapt and you have to put things in place to make sure that you can sustain the level.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Agreed.
And they paid for it this season. And they'll go down. The only thing that I thought that Wilder deserved an opportunity to at least try and bring them back up.
Yeah. But then what? Oh, yeah, because they're obviously relegated.
Yeah, because they're gone. Then no one can rescue them now. So my thing is like, bruv, you're either bringing in a manager that knows they're going to be managing in a championship next season. You're better off staying with Wilder then because he's probably going to be one of the best managers in the championship.
Yeah, because he is a championship manager. No disrespect to him.
Well, exactly. So you let him get you back up and then you sack him.
But I feel like, I swear one team done something like this a couple of years ago, like Watford or something. They sat their manager with 2 games to go, even though they were already relegated. Something mad. But it's like, I feel like that was the mad thing. If you're going to sack him, you should have done that in Christmas when they still had a chance to stay up.
Yeah.
If by now you may as well just keep him. Like, there's no point of sacking. Well, he didn't get sacked actually, technically. But I feel like, I think out of respect, I think it was like a Wenger situation, and out of respect, they just said, look, you know, we can do this 2 ways. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them ones. So,
but why does he need to leave now? Because they can't go down. I mean, they can't stay up. So you might as well just see out the season.
And I'll call it now. I'll be very surprised if we see Sheffield United back in the Premier League in a couple.
No, they're done, mate. They're done. And you know what's mad, yeah? Wilder, yeah? Man said Chris Wilder wanted 4 million to resign. This is my thing. You're still gonna have to pay him, yeah, till the end of the season. So you might as well just keep him because they're going down anyway. Because when you sack a manager, you still have to pay their wages.
But I feel like Chris Wilder might be one of them
Allardyce bros, isn't it?
I feel like he's one of them. Like he's one of them sort of look what I done for the club. No, I'm not doing it. Blah, blah, blah. I can imagine him being like that. Yeah. So he was probably thinking, you know what? How are you lot going to do me like this after what we achieved last year? And now you're going to try and sack me after what's happened this year, after you have not spent money into the club. So I feel like he's kind of been sucked. Do you know what I mean? And this is one of the reasons why when good managers, I'm not saying Wilder was good, but he had a moment of prestige in it at the end of last season, start of this season. He could have easily left and probably got a slightly better job in it. And
yeah.
This is one of the reasons why you sometimes got to respect when managers just choose to leave and move on. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you can outstay your welcome. Look, he stayed too long now. The club didn't spend any money. He tried to do the same thing again, which is his own tactical fault, innit? And now he's a championship manager. Do you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get a job in the Premier League now. Yeah. So this is
my man saying that Wilder said he asked to leave 3 times. But my thing is with Wilder, if he asked to leave,
why don't you just walk out?
Bro, it's not even just that. Bruv, it's your fault they're in this situation. So how can you ask to leave? Nah, you're not jumping ship. Do you know what I mean?
These times you're like, no, you're in this with us.
You're in this with us because it's your fault we're here. Because he had full, from what I understand, he's had more or less full control of who comes in and who don't. He's not a coach, bro. He's the manager. He's not the head coach. So he got the players he wanted. The team is built in his image, bro. Like it's a proper shithouse Brexit team because that's what he wanted. So now it's not working. You can't just be like, all right, cool, I'm leaving now. Nah, fuck that. You need to go down with the shit, blood. And then if anything else, I'll sack you in the summer.
I think the one problem with that as well is that, you know, the way he plays, the way they play, like a lot, especially, you know, they play with this sort of defensive striker sort of method, like flipping fullbacks. Like the way that they play, they rely on certain players coming out and performing week in, week out. And they can't, there was not enough goals in that team. Even last year, there wasn't enough goals in the team, to be honest with you. Like
there you go. When you got like McGoldrick, that only turns up against the top 6, how are you ever gonna?
Bro, he scores a couple of goals. That's it, here and there. That's it.
You average about 6 goals a season, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? How are you gonna stay up?
Yeah,
some joke.
If you notice, more times than not, the teams that go down are always teams that struggle to score. And I know that's an obvious factor because obviously that's how you win games. But when I mean that, I mean they don't have goal scorers. Most of the time, teams at the bottom, they don't have goals. They don't have midfielders that can bag 10 to 15 goals a year, and they definitely don't have strikers that can score 15 to 20 more often than not. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's usually the problem. Like they lose, they draw bare 0-0s, bare 1-1s, bare 1-0 losses. A lot of these teams rack up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but bro, like this is what I say about football. A lot of the time, when you look at the teams, you know, the smaller teams say, "Oh, we never get the decisions, we never get the penalties, and we never get." Bro, football's all about the law of probability, innit? Like, if you have the ball 80% of the time or 75% of the time, and you're attacking 75% of the time, you're going to get more penalties than a team that's attacking 15, 25% of the time.
Yeah.
So when the smaller teams are like, yo, we don't get the decisions, bruv, you don't have enough momentum to get the decisions. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So on the law of averages, if I'm getting a decision 1 in every 4 games, no, you're getting a decision 1 in every 4 games. I'm getting a decision 1 in every 1.5 games because I'm better than you. I'm attacking more than you. And that's just what it is. So when you're like, they don't get goals, they don't get goals because they don't have opportunities, bruv. You know what I mean? And it's like when you're them smaller teams, you need a super clinical striker. And then if he has one good season, he's gone anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We saw it like in the Prem. What like out of the small teams that are probably going to get relegated, how many of them have had top strikers, bro? And if they have, they haven't been there for more than 1 season, bro. Everyone was getting hard over Pookie when he first came into the Prem because he just kept bagging, bro. Because he was mad clinical. What's his name? From Swansea.
7 out of in his first 10 or something.
But that's what I'm saying. And my man from Swansea that a few years ago that was bagging. What's his name?
What? Boney?
No, bro. Michu, bruv. Michu come in,
Michu.
Bagging goals, blood. And if he finished the season the way he started, he would have ended up at a top club, bro. You know them ones. Like when you're at a small club, if you're half decent and you're bagging goals, you're not staying there, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So they don't have a hope, bro. These small teams ain't gonna bag goals like that. And the only way they will bag goals is if they've got a great coach, that's got their system, their system so good that they're creating loads of chances. Because if you just do simple maths, the better you are as a player, technically, the less amount of chances you'll need, or clear-cut chances to score. If they've got a lower quality of player, then they need to create more chances.
Yeah.
And that's just all it is, bro. So unless you've got a great manager that can get these average players to create more chances, they're not going to get enough goals. United are the opposite. We've got a shit manager, but because we've got above average players in attacking positions, we're outscoring what we should really be doing.
Yeah, you're right. And that's it. It comes down to, and if you look at how most of these goals go in, like you said, penalties or the way, bro, a lot of the time it's just steamrolling. It's just constant attack after attack, and sooner or later you're going to score. Whereas a lot of these other teams have to, and we're still going to come to some of the teams. There's another team on this list I can't believe, like Crystal Palace, bro. But teams like that, they work with bare bones, and they. It's not a fair comparison when you're looking at a team like United and a team like Palace on chances converted, chances made, or even like how the team is even playing, like in terms of like fluidity, bro. It's not fair because they're playing in completely different realms. And teams like Sheffield United, just before we move on from Sheffield United, the reason why I don't think they are going to come back quickly is because, like you said, there's so much. That team is molded as a Chris Wilder team. So now
the new manager is gonna have to rebuild another team.
They got to unravel the whole thing, sell like 10 players, buy 10 more, bro, and they could end up I'm hoping this won't happen for them, but they could end up just becoming now a championship club, mid-table championship club for the next 5 years, isn't it? Which, by the way, has happened to bare clubs that has left the league. Like teams like Middlesbrough, when they went down, I remember people thought they were going to come straight back up. Like, bro, these teams go, they get thrown into the championship. You don't see them again.
Bro, the championship is a doghouse, bro. Most teams that go down never come straight back up.
Yeah.
They don't. And the players that I know that have played in the championship, and I know a lot of them have said that the championship's harder than the Premier League, bro.
Yeah.
Just because you're playing more games, you get less rest and you're getting kicked more, bruv. So you're going into the game more sore. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just one of them ones. It's just more physical, bro. You know what I mean? It's just like I noticed like playing like Sunday League is way more physical than playing like certain low levels of semi-pro, blood. Because Sunday League, you're playing on shit heavy pitches, you're picking up little niggles here, you're getting kicked and that. Do you know what I mean? It's different, bro. Do you know what I mean? The technical level might not be the same, but the actual atmosphere that you're playing in makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the owner of Sheffield United said exactly what I said. All the signings were Wilders. So how can the manager get all of his signings, and then he's gonna get the team relegated, and then you think you're leaving on your own terms? Now you can piss off, mate. I wouldn't let him go.
That's it. And I think the problem is that now you've got a bunch of players who now is just kind of lost. Like, he's now left, bro. They're done for. Do you know what I'm saying? With 10, how many games to go, bro? Last third of the season, bro. They may as well. They're not even officially relegated yet, and I feel like the whole, bro. Either at least wait till the summer and let him go down with his ship, and then change the manager, or keep him. But it's no point sacking him around this time, innit? Just done. But anyway, next
100%. And also, Wilfred Bonny. I remember Benjani as well, blood.
Benjani,
you know them, man. Them man go from the bottom teams because they're scoring goals, go to the top teams, bruv, and then, bruv, it just doesn't work out for them.
If you're talking about Swansea, then Man United have bought championship players, in it. So I guess we can't talk. Dan James. So you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, but I just mean in general, if you've got a half decent striker playing at one of the lower teams, you don't have him for very long.
No, you don't. No, not at all.
You just don't, innit? Like even Ings went to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? And even though it didn't work out for him and he's gone back, he still left. Do you know what I mean? And that's what happened. So because of that, you need to make sure that your team's scoring goals collectively.
Even Ricky Lambert got
as well, because because he's bagged goals, bro. Like if you bag goals in the Prem, no matter who you're playing for, you're getting signed, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is, my guy. So honestly, you're very, very lucky if you've got a good goal scorer from the bottom teams that you can keep. And that's why when you look at the players that score the most penalties, all these other things, it's always the players at the top teams, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when have you seen a player that's possibly in a relegation battle, that's in double figures, bro, for goals from the penalty spot or something like that, bro, in the whole season? You're lucky if you get 6, bro. If you get 5 penalties playing in the bottom half of the table, you're doing all right.
Yeah, you're doing all right. But that's why you can't compare. You know what I'm saying? Like people do.
There you go. And that's what I mean. Benteke is another one, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Went to Liverpool, flopped, now back. Do you know what I'm saying? It happens all the time, bruv. Man bag goals somewhere for half a seaon, all of a sudden you're on the radar for a bigger club. Andy Carroll's was an injury thing. Andy Carroll was actually quite good technically, but he's another example that if you're scoring goals, and you don't even have to be prolific, if you're scoring goals for a team in the bottom half of the table, in the summer, I expect your phone to ring.
For real.
That's just how it is. It's that simple. And then your team has to reset and go get another player with the money that they got for you that probably won't be from the Premier League. And then they're not even guaranteed to bang. So it's all peak for them smaller teams. Next up, obviously, Palace. I was surprised. You know what's mad about Palace? Even though Hodgson makes these guys very hard to beat, like I almost feel like their fans haven't bought into him.
Yeah, I feel like it's really harsh, innit? I feel like this is one of the ones to be that low. Look, I don't expect them to be near the top, but I feel like Palace
less than 50%.
I always saw Palace as a fan base that are kind of more appreciative of their situation. They're not like some of these fan bases where they think they should be there when they're up, when they're here. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like Palace, every Palace fan I know anyway, they're like, yeah, we're doing what we do. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't expect to be in the top 4 or top 6. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so to see that Hodgson, after the great job he's done, bear in mind, people forget Roy Hodgson has had one of the smallest squads to deal with in the last 5 years. Like, out of any team in the league, like, yeah, he's brought in certain players here and there, but bro, there's been many years, where he's had literally about 16, 17 players on average, senior players to work with for the whole season. Do you know what I'm saying? Senior, let alone good. He only usually has. He probably got he normally has a strong starting 11 and maybe one good player on the bench. Yeah, that's at most. And bear in mind, so for about 3 of these 5 seasons, Zaha has had long-term injuries of a couple of months at least of the season. Yeah, and they've still comfortably stayed in the league. I think only once in the last 5 years they've been very, very close to getting relegated. Bro, give respect to Hodgson. Like, come on, like. How is he? And
he's another manager that's not spending bare peas, bro.
That's it.
They literally bought Eze from the Championship and they've blooded him in and he's starting every week, bro. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're shopping in the Premier League and spending 40, 50 millions every season, bro. Like, they're not.
Someone just said Palace fans are annoyed with his style of play. This is the thing, though. It's like
I'm gonna be real, yeah. If you support Crystal Palace, like, you don't have a God-given right to see good football, blood. You just need to stay in the league, blood. Like, you know them one. Like, I get pissed off with the football at Manchester United because we're Manchester United. But if I grew up supporting Burnley, I wouldn't be upset with the football. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I'll be like, right, it's better than what we've seen, bro.
You know what? The problem is they're watching other teams play silky football and they're like, oh, why can't we play silky football? But they got to realize
Crystal Palace, blood. That's why, blood. What? Bro, nah, man. Come on, bro. Listen, you actually have good players. Bro, as a Crystal Palace fan, Crystal Palace have more players I would go and watch than Man United.
Yeah.
That I'd go and actually watch. Blood. Man United don't have a player to watch like Eze, blood. They don't have a player to watch like Wilf, blood. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got Pogba, that's it.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Martial sometimes. Yeah. Other than that, we got a bare ballers that are shit to watch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Above that whole United squads that I saw, blood.
We don't play exciting football.
Bro, the football's horrible and the players, there's no flair in that team, blood.
But you know, the problem is counter-attacking football is disguised as exciting football a lot of the time.
So counter-attacking football is shit football, blood.
So when you play with bare runners going red arrows, but you don't play with it looks exciting, isn't it? We look like we play exciting football, but actually when you deep the whole span of the game, or when you deep games when United can't do counter-attacks, when teams stop that, you see how bad United play. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bruv, counter-attacking football is shit football, blood.
Yeah.
Playing football without the ball is shit. I don't care, innit? Like, playing football without the football is shit. Yeah. That end of story. So any team that want to play, in a certain way to let the other team have the ball they're always going to be shit to watch. I don't care if you're Atleti. I don't care if you're Wolves. I don't care if you're Man United. I don't care if you're Tottenham, bro. I don't care if you're Liverpool, blood. Liverpool are shit to watch as well, blood. Do you know what I mean? Like they counter attack here, and they've got blistering counter attack here. But bruv, they're shit to watch, mate. Terrible to watch, bro. They can't keep the ball for piss, bro. It's horrible to watch. And if you support Crystal Palace, you're set up to. You're going to be the weaker team, yeah? Probably, I'd say 2 out of the 3 teams you play, yeah, you're not going to be expected to win. You might be expected to get a draw or something, but I'm saying 2 in 3, you're going to expect a draw or a loss, innit? You're not expected to win every week. So what would you rather, like? Do you know what I mean? Would you want to play open, expansive football, yeah? Get clarted because you ain't got the players? Or would you just get the points and stay in the Premier League comfortably and get to go to the Emirates, go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, or do you want to go and play against Charlton and London Derby and that?
This is the problem, innit? The problem is that there is not the you got to have balance in it. There's teams that play good, exciting football, but then you've got to understand if the ship goes down because you're conceding bare goals because you're playing exciting football, then be okay with the fact that there's a chance you could go down because of it. But you can't have all teams, which is pretty much what I get what you're saying. All teams don't have the right to have both. You can't have success and play silky football. Most teams don't have that luxury. You have one or the other most of the time, innit? Yeah. And if you're lucky, you get both. But teams like Crystal Palace, you need to focus on staying up and winning games. It doesn't matter if you play ugly, don't matter if you play exciting, don't matter how you play. You just got to win games, stay in the league. Simple. That's
it, bro.
That's it.
That's what it is, bro. I'm sorry. If you're a Crystal Palace fan, yeah, man can't say, oh yeah, the football is... If your only complaint about your team is what the football looks like, bruv, there's other teams with better problems, innit? Bigger problems than you.
Because don't get twisted though. You can easily get sucked into that loop as well, like Arsenal did for 15 years when they weren't winning anything. Oh yeah, we play exciting football. If you ask Arsenal fans, that's what they used to say back then. Oh, we play the best football in the league.
Ask these Norwich, yeah. Ask these Norwich players, yeah. Would they rather play Crystal Palace football and stay up, yeah, or be sourcing, yeah, on Tuesday nights, blood? Tuesday nights in the Championship. Ask them, innit?
That's it.
The fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. No, I mean, that's some bullshit.
One or the other. That's
no, bro, I'm not even trying to hear that, my guy. You know what I mean? So come on, bro. Like, as much as, bruv, respect to Crystal Palace and that, but come on, behave yourself, innit? Behave yourself. Know what I mean? Like, fair enough, yeah. And also, I don't know what Crystal Palace's budget like. I don't know what managers they can afford to have. I don't know if they can afford a manager that plays expansive, exciting football. Also, bro, I don't know if they've got the players.
Bro, put it this way: they couldn't afford to replace Benteke, who scored 3 goals in 2 years. So they can't, bro. So they can't definitely afford that. Which is I'm not even cussing it. It's just that, bro. That is more testament to how good Hodgson the job has done. Yeah. He's not even a striker that has been bagging goals.
It's true, because they're still playing, what's his name?
Bro, Benteke, they're still playing Benteke.
IU in it and fucking
IU and Benteke. And NCK, bro, you got to put respect on Hodgson for that, because there's been years when he's relied on Zaha scoring 15 plus goals. And if he doesn't, they're relegated. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, bro, hats off. And obviously now we're going down to the bottom 2. The bottom 2. Oh no, bottom 3, sorry. The relegation zone version of managers that should go. So West Brom, Big Sam Allardyce.
Before we get to Allardyce, yeah, someone said, where is it? Eddie Howe would be good at Crystal Palace. He would, you know.
He would.
I think Crystal Palace deserve an Eddie Howe still. But would Crystal Palace fans be patient with Eddie Howe, because it's going to be up and down?
I wanted Eddie Howe to become Arsenal manager still.
Bro, he's a good coach, blood. I wouldn't mind, bruv. If he was number 2 at Man United, I'd be happy, blood. If he was assistant manager or something, because.
But here's the thing, though, Rants. Yeah, the problem is that's what there are good managers. I think fundamentally good managers. Managers better than Chris Wilder anyway. When you get sucked into the Championship, you could end up never ever coming back up. Like look at Gary Monk. Gary Monk was an all right manager. Yeah, he seemed to do well, and now he's getting sacked by Championship clubs left, right, and centre. So that's easy happen with Eddie Howe, where if he doesn't, I
always thought Monk was dead, though.
Nah, but I thought Monk was I don't think he was dead.
Nah, I think he was just one of them bredrin managers. Like man played for him because he was a bredrin, but as soon as the bredrin thing runs out, what are you left with, blood? Man's pants are just round his ankles in a press conference. Nah, bro, he's done that here, fam. That's what I'm telling you.
Once the spudding stops and that, once
bro.
Come in and stop doing the spudding, that's it. It's game over.
Peak, but you know what I'm saying? Bro.
Either way, Monk. My point was Monk at his height had the opportunity of getting another Premier League job in it, but if you wait too long, sometimes, and when you go into the mire of the Championship, bro, you just become a Championship manager. Yeah. And that's what Big Sam has, which we're going to come to in a second. That's what Big Sam has done so well. He somehow managed to remain a Premier League manager, even though this brother has not done.
Brother, because you know what Sam Allardyce has done? It's amazing. He's conned everyone, into believing, that he's an escape specialist. Instead of man asking why are the teams you're at always in the relegation zone, they're like, but he gets them out. You know them one. It's peak, blood. It's like, but he gets them out. It's just like, you see, even Man United. They were like, United, the most points from behind in the league, this, that, and the other. Yeah, it's building great character. But, bruv, why are we behind, fam? Yeah, no one was asking why we behind. Everyone was like, but we got out. But what happens when you don't, blood?
Yeah, what happens?
Like that. With Allardyce, everyone was like, he keeps saving them. Keeps getting out. But why the fuck are you there in the first place, bro? Bro, like that.
He's not. And bro, this season is proving that he's not an escape specialist, and we're going to see Big Sam go down for the first time in his career. And at the end of the day, he's been one of them managers that, for some reason, anytime a job comes up in the Premier League, he's on the odds. He's on the odds list for Sam Allardyce, 10-4 favourite. Bro, get out of here, man. You're not. He's not been good enough to manage one of these big clubs.
Never.
He says, remember he tried to say something like, if my name was
Sam Allardyce, blood, and that's where it came from.
My name was Sam Allardyce, then I would have got a job at a top club. Nah.
And then you got the England job and you was taking brown envelopes, blood. See, this is what happens, brother. Like that. Come on, G. Allardyce, blood.
Come on, man. Come on.
Smoking crack, blood. The only reason why he done the thing at Bolton because he had ballers, fam. I don't know who.
And you know what? He had players as well that at the time
that just come out of the Champions League, blood.
Yeah. He had Ivan Campo,
Djurkaeff, Okocha.
Bro, he had ballers.
Bro, he had ballers, bro.
Then he just used Kevin Davis for the muscles still.
Bruv, what? Kevin Nolan, bruv. Like, what?
Kevin Nolan and Kevin Davis. Don't think
listen, Kevin Nolan, and Kevin Davis are banging out the Prem now. Are you mad? Kevin Nolan, fam. Bro, he was banging goals. Kevin Nolan was like, man was like some Brexit Lampard, bro.
He was a B-Tech Lampard still.
Yeah, he was sick, bro. Kevin Nolan was banging goals, blood. Like, bro, listen. That team there was crazy, blood. Man like JJ. Listen.
Bro, I swear they had Hierro or something as well, bro.
And I know Hierro, blood.
They managed to get in ball.
And Ivan Campo.
I don't know what wizardry.
Yuri Djurkaeff, blood. Man said World Cup medal.
Bro, whoever was brokering them deals, bro, back then, they need to probably come to United. Whoever
come to United. Man need his DOF, blood. Or man need, Sam Allardyce's burner, fam. The burner phone. Because, bruv, he had some ballers in that team. Bruv,
trust me.
Come on, bro. Like man said, UC Jaskalainen in goal as well. Done his thing, bro. Like, you know the amount of camera saves that you used to make, fam. I need nah. This is nostalgia, blood. Man, need to get this Bolton squad up now, blood. Bruv, Bolton, bruv, Allardyce squad, blood. Listen, brother. Yuri Djorkaeff, my guy, you know.
El Hadj Diouf.
El Hadj Diouf, blood. Bruv, of course, man. Listen, he got into Europe, blood.
Trust me.
Allardyce, fam. Hey, listen, bruv. Man, need to get this. Let me get this team up now, because, bruv, Kevin Nolan. Where are they, bruv? Where are they? Because, fam, I swear to you, yeah, that team was crazy, bro.
Big Sam would leave the club before they're maemathematically relegated. Yeah, that is probably what it'll do. So
yeah, 100%.
That way you'll say I still haven't got relegated before.
Bruv, that was they were the Galacticos, blood.
Yeah.
Man had some reborn Galacticos in the Prem. I need to get this tape. Man had Ida Gudjonsson, bro.
Ida Gudjonsson was there. Look at that, bro.
Nicholas Anelka, brother. Like,
bro, how did they get all these players, bro?
Bruv, they had Les Ferdinand at one point as well. Ricardo Fuller. Bruv, listen, man.
And then we're saying that he's a specialist at staying up, bro.
Hey, remember Ben Haim, blood?
Ben Haim, oh my God.
And Stelios, blood. Hey, come on, bro.
Stelios won the Euros.
Yeah, Giannakopoulos, blood. Hey, listen. Bro. Hey, and Nicky Hunt as well, blood.
Oh, their team had more trophies. Their players had more trophies than ours right now. Still,
bro, Henrik Pedersen, blood. Man had Gary Speed. That, bruv, they had Nakata. Remember?
Nakata, Shinji Nakata. Oh my God,
bruv, what the fuck, man? Nah, I'm dead, bro. Their team was mad, fam.
And then we're saying that he's a specialist at staying up.
Bruv, they are.
They should have probably done more, if anything.
Nah, it's crazy. Hey, their squad was wild, blood. What man telling me? Man said, bruv, they had Yossi Benayoun as well at one point. They had ballers, bro.
Oh yeah, Benayoun as well.
Nah, oi, Bolton were moving mad. Trust me, bruv. The Brexit Galacticos, blood. That's why man can't say that like he's a wavy manager, bruv. Anyone would do stuff with those players, bro.
Anyone, yeah.
Man finished 6th. Yeah, he finished in Europe one season, bro.
And I'm not gonna lie, all he's done with West Brom is brought them to where he's put them where they would be with another manager. And what he's proven is that he's not improved them in any way. Since he's become manager, he's not stabilized them in any way. Okay, he's made them a little bit harder to beat, slightly.
But bruv, this Bolton team would probably finish above Arsenal, blood.
Yeah, no.
You know them ones there, like, bro.
You know what's mad? He didn't even play good football with a lot of them, man. That's the man.
He didn't. But they were Moments FC like us, bro. Right now.
And then he just started doing a lumping.
Bruv, them man were lumping it into Kevin Davis. He was chesting it down, and Nolan was just cutting it in, bro.
Bang it in still,
bro. Or a Kocha would do like a mad flick and flick it through to someone, and then man, they'll play shit, but then there was just moments of brilliance, bro. That's all it was.
Oh my days, bro. That's rolling back. That's rolling back the years.
Come on, bro. And big up Neftali for the super chat. Come on, listen. I'm telling you, they were dead to watch, but they had individual brilliance, bro. Bolton Wanderers. That's exactly like watching Man United right now. Do you know what I mean? So Sam Allardyce is gonna get found out now. You know what Sam Allardyce is, yeah? Sam Allardyce is he's like very much like Jose in a sense where he organizes the troops and then he relies on individuals, to win games for a minute. And he just doesn't have those individuals right now.
Yeah, and I don't think Sam Allardyce is. He's used to having like who's the man that I'm thinking of? I can't even remember his name right now, but he's used to having certain one or two players that he can count on and rely on. Now he's jumped in a team. Sam Allardyce is a manager that's better off coming in a summer where he's got time to look at the squad.
And also, he'll bring in more experienced players, players that he knows he can get a tune out of.
Yeah, like you've got to be smart when you bring in these managers. And it's more West Brom's fault, to be honest. West Brom should have looked at it and thought, who's a good manager to come in and save us now, where we are now? Not the start of the season, but halfway. Bro, and Big Sam wasn't necessarily the best person. There was other people who could have come in and done a better job to get alongside a lot of these players, because it's kind of like a bit of a mishmash squad. It's like most of those players could easily just be championship players. Only one or two of them is good enough to probably stay in the division in terms of quality. So you've got to really make these players play for you. And I don't think Big Sam has done that. So yeah, I'm not surprised West Brom's gonna say Big Sam out. And I think after that, Big Sam is done. In fact, he won't be done. The next relegation team.
Yeah, he'll be back at Sunderland or something.
Yeah, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But next on list, Jose. Obviously, we speak about Jose now and again. I'm a massive fan of Jose. Always have been.
I'm a massive fan of Jose struggling, bro.
No, I personally think, look, it's ridiculous for him to be second to last, but I get it. It's because
I don't think it's ridiculous. Look where he is. But he hasn't improved Tottenham. They're no better off than when they sacked Poch.
No, it's ridiculous only because they're in a cup final. If they lose that cup final,
well, what they got to the Champions League final. That's better than that.
What I mean by that is that they could win a trophy this season. But if they win a trophy this season, they can't talk to Jose because he's done exactly what he's been brought in for. So
but they still want him out though.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it's dumb, isn't it? Like,
I don't think so. I think they've been spoiled, with the managers that they've had previously in terms of style of football, innit? Remember, these men had Rafa van der Vaart and that, bruv. Like, Tottenham have been like sourcing for a little while.
Do you know what though?
They had Dimitar Berbatov. Remember, like Tottenham have had ballers, like for a little while now. So they're starting to grow accustomed. They had Gareth Bale young. They had Luka Modric. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they've had ballers. And then they've got this scrubby football now that they're watching.
But you know what? I get that. But going back to the conversation we said earlier, sometimes certain teams have to pick their poison and pick what they want. Fans of Tottenham right now badly want a trophy, any trophy. So the way they win that trophy, it don't matter. They got to win one. So don't get twisted. If you don't win the League Cup, then fair enough.
But what? But they're not going to, blood. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they've got a punching chance, innit?
No, they could win it. They could win it still.
But they've got a puncher's chance, but Pep's gonna bust man's head, blood. You know what that was? And when they get their head bust, they're looking back on the season as a disaster, my guy. The only reason why it's not a disaster is only because of that one cup final.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But look, the way I kind of see it is, it's like at least it's clear, innit? It's like there's a cup final that we have to win at the end of the season or in a month's time. Yeah. What's worse for Tottenham fans a lot of the time over the last 5, 6, even 10 years, is this kind of limbo of getting knocked out of cups and then finishing 4th or finishing 5th or finishing 3rd. Bro, none of that does anything, man. They don't do anything for you. All it does, it gets you into the Champions League. That's so dumb.
Man, that's my favorite film as well. I'm fucking crying.
Still, I watched that the other day.
Oh my days, bro. Oh, bro.
My man putting in the work from prison still.
Bruv, my man tunneled into jail, bruv. That's my guy, But I'm fucking dead, bro.
Listen though. They could have won that game. Then they could lose in the semi-final, bro. End of the day, all that matters is they're either going to win a cup at the end of the season or they're not. At the start of this season, all I'm saying is do things that align with your start of the season goals, innit? Start of the season.
But the League Cup, League Cup is not enough,
Nah, you know what?
If the League Cup is not enough, to balance out that mad thing. That's like if you're in an abusive relationship, but then, all right, cool, because your girl bought you a birthday present. But, bruv, it's not my birthday every day of the year. It's only my birthday one day a year, blood. So I don't care if you bought me a birthday present. Like, the rest of the relationship's dead, cuz. Like that. And that's what it is. It's a one-day thing.
I hear you, but the way I kind of see it is, end of the day, they have to... Tottenham fans know they have to win a trophy. And second place, and if Tottenham was second, let's say, and knocked out of both of the cups, Tottenham fans will be happier, which is mad because the truth is that's irrelevant right now. What matters is a trophy right now for them. So all I'm saying is let's see at the end of the season. If they lose that game, then they are. He is done out in terms of Tottenham and his job. But I'll be honest, if he wins that game, then he can do that. My man
Yeah,
can.
but if he wins that game and he finishes like 7th.
Bro, I think Tottenham fans should still be happy. Bro.
Nah, bro. They finished in the top 4, yeah? For the
Bro,
last 4 or
bro,
5 years, blood.
what does that Champions League get you? They're not winning the Champions League, are they? They had that chance.
I hear that, but top 4 is better than the League Cup.
No, not for Tottenham though. I think Tottenham.
If man offered me, yeah, a 5th place finish and a League Cup, I tell them where to go suck, bro. And really and truly, yeah, like Man United, like in the last 4 or 5 years, do you know what I'm saying? Like there ain't been no difference between us and Tottenham. Probably after in the balance of the last 4 or 5 years, they've probably been better than us.
True.
So
okay, like, but if you looked at a team like Everton, I know they're out of the League Cup now, but if it was League Cup or top 4, what would you say? Top
as
4.
an Everton fan,
yeah,
I'm taking top 4.
Okay,
100%. You know why? Because I'm sure Everton have more trophies than Tottenham, but also
I just think Tottenham, especially the way the relationship, the whole banter affair is with Tottenham and not winning anything, especially to Arsenal and Chelsea fans. I think
I hear you, but even if they do win a League Cup, we'll rub it out and say, yeah, well, bruv, it's only the League Cup anyway. Like,
boy, true, but bro, a start is a start, innit? Look, the way I see it, bro, League Cup is for them, not for United, but for Liverpool, for Tottenham. Anything that's not an Audi Cup, bro, is an upgrade, innit? That's it. But let's see. They might lose the game anyway.
One thing I'd say, yeah, like my man said he would take the League Cup 5 seasons in a row, then top 4, 5 seasons in a row. I hear that, but then at the same time,
who do you support though?
I don't know, but you know one thing I would say, bro, like to finish in the top 4 in your league of 20 teams over the course of a whole year, a whole season, is a lot harder than winning a League Cup here that most teams don't take seriously until they're in the semis anyway.
You know someone's gonna clip up that comment and say, "Oh, what? Then why are you moaning at Ollie then?"
No, because we're Manchester United, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? We're Manchester United, bruv. We do trebles, blood. I don't want to hear about nothing else. But the facts are, yeah, man say, "Oh, Spurs ain't won a trophy and that," but bruv, they man are finishing the top 4 for the last 4 or 5 seasons. They wouldn't have given up here, finishing in the top 4 and getting to a Champions League final for a League Cup, bro. And finishing outside the top 4. No, bruv. The League Cup's cool if you get top 4 as well.
No, that's true.
If you don't get top 4, fuck the League Cup.
I just think if that's the case, then Tottenham brought in the wrong man. If I thought when Tottenham brought in Jose, they brought in a man by any means necessary, whether it's going to destroy the club or whether it's going to play unattractive football, they were going to win a trophy one way or another. That's why I thought he was in. If top 4 is more important, then bro, they shouldn't have brought him in. They should have. That's it. That's my opinion in it. But anyway,
bro, what do you get? What do you get for winning the League Cup? Nothing.
I think you get into Europa League still. Yeah,
you see what I mean, my
qualifiers. You get into the Europa League qualifiers.
Like, bro, that league's dead, blood. You know them ones there, like that league shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. Honestly, if Tottenham finish outside the top 4, the manager should get sacked because the previous manager finished in the top 4 in all of his seasons, all of his full seasons.
Yeah,
you brought in a man that spent more money than the man before, and is performing a good bit worse, bro.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham could easily still finish 4th or 5th this season, but we'll see. Yeah, because after United and obviously City, any of those other places are up for grabs, and I feel like there's going to be a surprise somewhere where one of these teams are going to creep in. So who knows? But either way, I wanted to ask you about Newcastle.
Yeah, to wrap up, yeah, Steve Bruce is a good place to finish.
Yeah, to wrap up, yeah, like real simple, innit? Do you think Steve Bruce do you think people are being too harsh on him, or do you think he is just truly not good enough?
Bro, I think people are being too harsh on him because he's easy to cuss, innit? He's easy to cuss. One thing I would say, yeah, and this is not me defending Steve Bruce because I think he's a scrub. However, how many managers in world football?
Legend.
Yeah, listen. how many managers in world football, would one take the Newcastle job on the money that it'd be on, also without guaranteed a certain amount on transfers or whatever, because bro, like them man, it's well known that Mike Ashley's a terrible owner, innit, when it comes to like any sort of progression, bro. Like the Newcastle fans hate the owner. So if you hate the owner, and you know that he don't back the managers properly and that, when you got players like Joe Willington and that, what the fuck do you really expect?
It's true. What do you expect?
Like, what do you expect, bro? Like, one, no manager would want that job. And two, even if they had it, they're managing with their hands tied, bro. Because what can they do, bro? So it's like Steve Bruce is the manager because, like, that's his kind of like, that's my boyhood club. And, like, I'm there for the vibes and that because I'm emotionally attached to the club. But really, if you're a manager that doesn't have an emotional attachment to Newcastle Football Club, why the hell would you want to manage the place? Because it's a joke. It's a shambles. With all due respect, because I think it's a massive club. I think they've got like the 5th biggest stadium in the UK, bro. Like, it's a big club.
Yeah.
But as a manager, from a professional standpoint, why the fuck would you want to manage that squad of players, with Mike Ashley, bruv? And do you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them ones.
That's
and obviously, like Jamal's my guy and that, you know, the ones, and he's there now. But he's managed with Steve Bruce, like, you know, like that man. He's an attacking manager. Man's gone from playing for Norwich with an attacking manager that had man thriving to playing for flipping Brexit Brucey. I
realize Newcastle's one of those teams that they don't mind the playing, getting slapped up now and again, but as long as they're playing good football in it, that's what matters to them. So they need a manager that's going to play exciting football. But I feel like Steve Bruce, because of his prestige or his lack of, he was easy to cuss, innit? Whereas like there's certain other managers like Rafa, where before, even when, bro, there was a point when he lost 4 games in a row, but no one was ever, no one even had the even an ounce to even cuss him, because they were thinking, this is Rafa Benitez, we can't cuss him. So I feel like Bruce just had it the hard way, and I feel Newcastle think they should have a more elite manager. But I think, again, Newcastle look at
like what Callum said, but then look, they said that Brucey was Ashley's 11th choice. Yeah, but that shows you that 10 man turned him down. Exactly. Why didn't they want the job? There's a reason why they didn't want the job, guys, because
you know what? On that note, that's one of the things, one of the final things I'll just say on this, I feel like Steve Bruce, this is one of the reasons why I feel Newcastle fans just need to chill out a little bit and think about it, especially if they stay up, Like, Steve Bruce at least cares about the club to an aspect that 10 others didn't. I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about caring like that, because we already know that leads to bad ideas, like with the Ollie situation, But Newcastle's in a completely different situation than United, isn't it? They don't have hundreds of managers that want to come to that club, And Steve Bruce, I think he's a Geordie. I think he is actually a Geordie. Yeah. And he genuinely loves Newcastle, innit? And he's not a bad manager.
That he's not a Newcastle fan, but bruv, he's a Geordie. Well, if he's not a Geordie, he's from that region, innit? I don't know if technically he's a Geordie, because I don't know where. I don't know if you don't live directly inside of Newcastle, then you're not that whatever. Like, I don't know, innit? I don't know the geography, but I know that he's from Newcastle or province there, innit?
Newcastle just got to understand, though, that it's not like their fans got to understand. You can put a new manager in there, but if you, like, Mike Ashley will just go from he'll spend like 75M in one window, and then he won't spend any money for about 3 years. That's the sort of mad. He'll just do it. When he's got money, when he wants to spend money, he'll spend it. When he doesn't, he won't. So you need to have a manager also that is okay with all these fluctuations, blah, blah, blah. And you're not going to be able to find a manager at the level of Rafa Benitez, again, that's happy for that sort of... bro, managers want consistency. All right, you're spending this amount of money this week, this year. Not all this flip-flapping. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we'll see what happens. I think Newcastle's going to survive, personally. I think they're just about going to survive against Fulham. I think Fulham's going to go down. But if Newcastle survive, I think Bruce should have another chance at least for a few months of the new season, innit?
Yeah, 100% with the Bruce thing, because he managed all the rival fans, and he tried to come in and little beg this Geordie thing. No one's buying it, innit?
That's why people don't like him.
He's a mercenary football.
And this is what I'm saying. If you look at the bottom three, Allardyce, Bruce, and Jose, bro, they're all mercenaries, innit? They all manage.
And that's why the fans don't love them, because you can't love a mercenary, bro.
That's it. Straight up.
And that's just what it is, innit? So with the Steve Bruce thing, it just is what it is. He's a shit manager. I'm not disputing that, but bruv, like it's like fucking squeezing almonds trying to get almond milk, blood. That's not how you get almond milk, B. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't get almond milk out of a fucking almond by squeezing it, blood. And when I look at that Newcastle squad, it's like, what are you squeezing out of that? You're squeezing relegation out of that. That's what you're squeezing out of that.
Hitting some bangers now and again.
Bruv, listen. It's peak,
we might even take Longstaff in the summer again.
Jesus, crispy. You know that one's it. So, bruv, like it's peak, innit?
Yeah,
it's peak. All I know is they're done for probably. You know, like that. But it gets like that.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? It gets like that. But honestly, bruv. What do you expect with that squad, if I'm being real?
What do you expect? Exactly.
When I look at that squad, they're probably where they deserve to be.
100%. Nowhere else.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man. Like, oi, big up everyone inside, man. Them lists were joke. You know what I'm saying? Them lists were jokes still. Like, it is what it is, man. Sometimes, yeah, football's just as simple as, cool, let me look at your players. Yeah, cool. This is where you deserve to be. It's just like with the Arsenal situation when we was looking at them and they're like, oh, look where Arteta's got them. But when I went through their man for man, their midfield, their defense and that, there's at least 10 teams with a better squad than them. So the fact that they're around 10th makes sense, bro. Sometimes it's as simple as that.
Yeah, it is as simple. That's it. It is as simple as that. That's what it comes down to, you know? But
a man saying Newcastle spent 100 million at 17th. Blood, Fulham spent more than that and got relegated, blood. It happened.
Yeah,
I mean, 100 million ain't really a lot, bruv, in the modern game. So, you know what I mean? Like, big up everyone inside. Smash up that like button. Make sure you follow Akeem on all the socials and make sure you follow Cheeky Sport. The link for the channel is in the title. Man's back again tonight. Red Talk tonight, so we can talk about all things United. Ollie and his stupid interview about the haircuts and that, bruv. Like, all of that shit, we'll talk about that tonight. You know them ones. Big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button, people. Yeah, I mean, what else you got coming, bruv, this week?
Oh my days, that is the maddest thing, that video that you sent me.
He's an idiot. You know them ones. And that I don't know. I'd love to see what the players look like as well, blood. I feel like they had a touch of racism in it. You know them ones.
These times you'll miss out on a prime Vidal and that.
Yeah, man said, oh, he had a mohawk. I'd love to see it. I bet it's one of them little African youths with the mad trims and the pink boots and bare tape on his ankles and tape on his ears and tape around his wrist and that. And all he said, nah, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, blood is peak, blood. You know what that was there.
Now I'm starting to think that you might tell Pogba to change his hair color in that.
And that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, bruv, you're Pogba's manager and you're talking about fucking haircuts is why you left. What kind of bullshit? That don't even make no sense to me, you know.
You know, Pogba will just watch that and just kiss his teeth. Like,
I don't know, innit? But anyway, yo, we're gonna look into that.
Yeah. Hey, just make sure you follow, obviously, Cheeky Sport. And like I said, for anyone who's worried, I saw a couple of people still looking for this list. It's from The Athletic, and I posted it on my Twitter, it's in my most recent post. So just check it out. And obviously, that's been what we've been talking about today. That's been the list, because I think a few people have been struggling to find it. So, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, so big up everyone inside. Smash the like button. Red Talk back again this evening, people.